All right, Vic. Let's talk some more Yankees.
Yes.
And
New York good guys.
The New York good guys who have had a very busy hot stove time period.
I knew you were going to do it.
I did.
Good for you.
Just for you. It's been very hot lately. Just said hot there.
Yeah.
We got some new pitchers. We got some new players down the Yankees. We lost the savior. So our nice thing about this, though, is coming into the season is our starting rotation is kind of set.
Looks like a strength.
It looks like a strength right now, whereas last season, we had Bartolo Colon coming in, we guys like that. Yeah, Garcia coming in. People we didn't know were going to even make the team, yet they did. Now they were required for us to have a good season.
And they were pitching the third game of the playoffs.
Right. I mean, so where we stand now is we have a pretty set lineup.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty much, start at the top
Rotation,
here
yeah.
at CC 300, Avinova, Michael Pineda, Hiroki Tsunoda, number 4. And the only open spot is who's going to be battling for our 5th.
Yes.
The three amigos.
The three amigos are going to be battling for number 5.
Who do you pick of the three amigos? And we know who they are. Say
Phil Hughes. AJ Burnett.
AJ Burnett.
Freddie Garcia.
And Freddie Garcia. Okay. Who do you think gets that number 5 spot?
Okay, so where I think the pecking order is I think that Phil Hughes. First of all, I think going to spring training is a competition.
It is.
I don't anoint anyone right now. I make all three of those clowns. Although Freddie Garcia's not a clown. I mean, he was good for us.
Yeah.
The other two are clowns.
The other two are clowns.
We make those three clowns, those three amigos, battle it out in spring training. Where I think we want to see it pan out or sort out. I think we want to see Phil Hughes' arm strength and velocity be where it needs to be, where he wins the number 5 spot.
Okay.
We want to see Freddie Garcia earn the long man spot. And we want to see AJ Burnett, thank you for 2009, traded. We eat half the contract and let him go start for the East Bumblefuck Mudheads.
Okay. They could use a starting pitcher like
Yes.
him. So you want to see Phil Hughes there?
Yes.
I think
number 5.
I'm going to shock everybody watching this because if you've seen me talk about this person, video about this person, right? If you've seen my response to this person,
I've seen Fitz's response. You only talk about yourself in the third person.
That's right. If you've seen Fitz talk about this pitcher,
yes,
you will be shocked to say, I want to see AJ Burnett as our number 5.
no way.
Yeah, that's
I
what I want
can't
to
believe I
say.
just heard that.
Why? Okay, here's why. He has more stuff than both of those two pitchers combined. Garcia has no stuff. He's just jump ball. Hughes has some random stuff with some velocity from 2009, if you can pull that back. 2010. Then maybe I still think he was better when he was in the bullpen back in 08, 09. So with that being said, AJ Burnett, we're paying him $16, $18 million this year. He needs to do something to earn that money. And you know what? I want to see him as a number 5 guy. Maybe that takes some of the pressure off him. We know he's a head case. And the other thing is, nobody's
for the
going to
Marlins, dude. What less pressure could you have?
Well, he was great for the Marlins.
For a little while.
It was not great for the New York Yankees, except for 2009. Thank you for that. But
with 2 against the Phillies.
With that being said, I think with more of an upside with Burnett. I mean, with your number 5 spot, you don't necessarily need to have a guy go 17-7, but he can do better, hopefully, than say 11-11.
But are you thinking 1 year short term?
Yes.
Because that makes AJ the guy for this year, and I think we also have it for next year.
I think we do.
Right?
I think we do.
My plan, we trade him so we don't have to worry about him for 2013.
Okay.
And Hughes wins this is all based on spring training winning if AJ goes out and dominates and Hughes stinks, AJ
But
gets
he will, because he's dominated every spring training he's been with the Yankees, AJ. So he will probably dominate. Hughes may also.
But if Hughes doesn't have the arm strength and the velocity, I think that's when you put AJ in the position. Actually, I'd throw Freddie Garcia in there in a heartbeat.
Right, I have no problem with Freddie Garcia there. No, the Chief was great for us last year. Why would he be any different this year? Yeah. He doesn't need to throw the ball 95 miles an hour. But back with AJ, I would love to trade him. If we could trade him for a capable bat to fill in that DH role that's kind of missing with the Savior right now, I would take it.
No, you have to trade
Nobody
him for
wants
nothing.
him.
You have to trade him for take half this contract. That's
So,
what you have to trade him for.
I don't think half of his contract is enough. I think we're end up paying, because who's going to want a pitcher making if they have to pay $9 million a year, they could have signed Hiroki Kuroda. Why would they take in AJ Burnett?
Yeah, good point.
So with that being said, bring in Burnett, put him in the 5 spot, give him a chance to have a decent record. Hey, maybe in the 5, maybe with that lower pressure, maybe the offense comes alive for him, and he goes 14-10. Okay? He goes 14-10, which would be huge. Huge. Then, now next season, we can trade him off probably pretty easy.
Let's talk saver metrics.
Okay?
Every year for the past 3 years, AJ Burnett has had a significant drop in his fastball
That's right.
velocity. When you're a two-pitch pitcher, which is what really pisses me off about AJ, you know that about me.
Oh, yeah.
I need 3 pitches as a start, which is one of the reasons why I have a problem with Phil Hughes. He's a 2.5 pitch pitcher in my view.
Yeah.
With the cutter. So I'm thinking, AJ, another tick in his fastball down, I don't think he has a shot at 14-10. That's the reason why I project him not to be in our rotation. Not because he's a head case or he may have more or less pressure on him depending on where he is. I don't think he has the capability throwing 90 with a hook as he did when he's throwing 94 in a hook.
I mean, that makes good points. I give him kind of the no other number 5 pitcher in the league is going to win 14 games.
Yeah.
I just say it for the Yankees because I expect him to score 5-6 runs for every one of his outings. So that's why I'm kind of bumping up his win total versus anybody else in the league's team.
Yeah.
But
Like
with
5
that,
ERA, still has 14 wins.
Exactly, which isn't a problem, which he kind of came close to last year. I mean, he still had 11 wins last season. So with that being said, I still view him as the guy who came on board and had that awesome, spring of 2009 with having that stuff. I mean, when that guy throws a beautiful fastball, it has great movement, and it just has a little zip to it right
I
at the
can
end.
still remember him striking out Howard from the Phillies 3 times in Game 2 of the World Series.
And maybe I'm living in the past, but that's what I still view for AJ, and I want him as our number 5.